Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation. This is a breaking news video. It's breaking news of the team this afternoon to face Motherwell in the 12:30 kickoff at Fir Park. Michael Beale has named the team, and the let's say the rumours that he was going to play three at the back are unfounded, despite what he said in his press conference the other day. Here is, without further ado, here is the Rangers team for this afternoon's game. So obviously Alan McGregor in goal. I don't think there's any surprise there. The back four stays the same with Tavernier, Goldson, Davis, and Ridvan. Ridvan obviously coming in for Borna, who is away in Croatia with his wife, who is expecting their first child. So solid back four there with Ridvan. The only change, Ridvan obviously will be a different type of full back to Borna. Likes to bomb on it as well, but is a bit more both-footed, can drift inside. Definitely a different type of player, and certainly I think the fact that he's been named in the starting lineup does start to pay the end of those rumours about him returning to Turkey to Besiktas on loan. Midfield three of Jack, Lundstrom and Cantwell. Obviously, Nicholas Raskin, who hasn't even made the bench, obviously is not fit enough to play before heading off on international duty with Belgium under 21s. So that's why Lundstrom comes into the team. Quite a defensive midfield there, very solid midfield. That may need to change later on, depending on how Motherwell are playing, especially certain rumours coming out that they would play with a low block, and they'll certainly not come out and try and play Rangers the same way that Hearts and Hibs did. So, that midfield could lack a little bit of creativity, maybe an introduction later on for Tillman and actually play Tillman and Cantwell together. Front three, Fashion, Kent and Cholak. I think there's a little surprise there with those three doing so well in the past games. Hopefully Cholak can get back on the goal trail today. The bench today for Rangers is a very, very strong bench if you look at it. John McLaughlin, the reserve goalkeeper. Yanis Hadji is on the bench. Yanis Hadji, obviously, who is playing with something to prove after being not been dropped from the Romania squad for their double header. Apparently, his daddy's raging, and he isn't happy either. So, obviously, if Yanis Hadji gets on, maybe he can come on and spice that midfield up a little bit. John Suter is on the bench. Glenn Kamara is on the bench. Alfie on the bench again. A lot of speculation around Alfie's future and where he will be next season. Kieran Wright on the bench. Scotty Arfield, again, someone else who could provide a bit of dynamism from midfield later on if we need to. Perhaps take off Jack or Lundstrom, more likely Lundstrom, because Lundstrom does pass sideways all the time. Also on the bench is Adam Devine as well. Obviously, a lot of promise from that young man, someone who a lot of Rangers fans are hoping to see sooner rather than later. Certainly, I'm one of those. And finally, obviously, good to see him back. Malik Tillman returns for Rangers today on the bench. Hopefully, he'll get a run out at some point. Like I said, I think with this team being lined up the way it is, solid. The fact that obviously that I think Motherwell will play very defensively today and not come out and play Rangers, I think there is obviously a need to perhaps get a bit more creativity in there later on in the game, especially in the second half, and Malik Tillman could certainly provide that. Anyway, Rangers fans, let me know what you think of our team for today, and give me your predictions in the comments below. I'm going for Rangers 3, Motherwell 0. That is my prediction for today's game. Guys, I'll be back to speak to you later here on Glasgow Rangers Nation. And remember as well, always remember, please, tomorrow to check out the podcast at 7:05 on Sunday with me and Victoria Searle, looking back at today's game and having a chat about those players that are out of contract, and having a big chat, obviously, about Alfie Morellis. So please remember to join for that. Thanks for listening, guys. No surrender. Come on, Rangers.